Hello everyone, this is Rensler with SkyRender Studios, and today we're taking a first look at the PC game, Road Redemption. Alright, before we jump into this video, I need to give you a bit of a disclaimer. This game is in early access and isn't finished yet. What I played isn't the final version, so the con section could be irrelevant by the time you play the game because they're still working to complete it, fill out the content, and handle any bugs. If you want to watch the official trailer or check it out for yourself, you can find the game on Steam. Alright, with that out of the way, let's do this! Road Redemption is the spiritual successor to the epic old-school racing series Road Rash for the Sega Genesis, and I have to say that Road Rash 3 is the very first game that I totally no-lifed back in the day when I was like 13 or so, and I've been wanting a new game based on the series for some time now, like the last 5 years, so I love the fact that Road Redemption even exists, and then I get to play it, and yes, I almost said Road Rash, forget it, whatever. Alright, so, let's start with what I like about this game. First up, it supports resolutions all the way up to 4K, and it could probably go higher if I had a display that could handle it. I played and recorded this at 4K, because I love it, and the game didn't freak out when I tried to apply that resolution, so there's a plus. Next up is something that I think is critical for PC-based racing games, and that's native controller support. I used a PlayStation 4 controller and the DS4 tool from Sony, and after setting my buttons up in the launcher options menu, which you will see right here, the controller works like a champ. Next up is the action and the fun of beating the crap out of your enemies on the track. Because I gotta tell you, the only thing that improves a cruise on the open road is blunt force trauma. And that takes me to the weapons. And there are quite a few of them. I think I've encountered 16 or so unique weapons, ranging from pipe wrenches and baseball bats to katanas and big sledgehammers. In addition, this game is made over a Road Rash series, is ammo-based weapons like guns and explosives. Because, you know, you gotta blow things up, like pistols and machine guns, but you also have C4 and grenades and explosions, and which are especially useful when you need to quickly clear out crap that's in front of you, like people and cars and just lots of people and body parts flying. Yeah. And the tracks you race on are procedurally generated instead of being specifically defined, like predefined, like normal racing games. So what you get in every race is a location or a setting for the track, and the generation system just does the rest. It's an awesome dynamic that's widely used in dungeon crawlers and stuff like Diablo, but I can't remember seeing it in any racing game, which helps Road Redemption stand out from the pack. I'd like to thank you for watching the video this far, and if you like what you see, then please feel free to hit that subscribe button. We don't push out as many videos as other channels because we'd rather spend a little bit more time on each one to help bump up that production value and give you quality content. So, this wouldn't be fair if we didn't include a con section, so I'll go over that now, but I'd like to remind you that the game is still in development, so any or all of the things in this section could be fixed for the official launch. So, let's do this, alright? First up is the frame rate. It's not consistent. I'm using a Superclock GTX 980, and I've had my frame rate dip into the single digits during some races, and I have the graphics set to the second lowest setting, which is fast, on the options menu. Second up is that the controller setup in the launcher allows you to assign two conflicting actions to the same button, which can make that button useless until you check each setting and reset the assignment so it works properly. I have to say that process is pretty frustrating because I had to go through it because apparently my X button was the yes and go forward button, but was also the back button at the same time, and therefore I could never get into a race because I couldn't get past the menu. So the next thing I noticed is that the player seems to get weapons a bit too easily. The game is kind of easy. And hopefully that either difficulties are introduced or the game is just made harder, because it was fun, yes, but the challenge, after I beat the game the first time, the challenge kind of dropped off. Once you get a grip of what you're doing, it's actually kind of easy. So, that, like I said, the weapons do remove the challenge from the first half or so of the game, because you can one-hit pretty much anybody, but if they block your attack and you lose your weapon, you usually have a weapon or possibly two to back it up, so you're getting too many items. So, I did encounter a few bugs in the game. Some were major, some were not, and there's a bit of a late game balancing problem. The game kind of weirdly scales. It's like the average fighting game, where the second to last level is always super hard, but the last one doesn't seem, you know, like the end of movies where they're kind of anticlimactic. It's kind of how the game is. Although the last track is kind of a treat, so buy the game and you'll find out what I'm talking about, because I'm not giving that away. So, all in all, I mean, if you really want to go after it, let's do that. Here are my final thoughts. Ready? Here we go. Road Redemption is definitely a fun game to play. It's a welcome blast from the past, and it has plenty of potential. I'm personally stoked for the online multiplayer, so we can get in all kinds of crazy shenanigans and blow people up and hit people in the head with sledgehammers, because it's just going to be a lot of fun. I guarantee it will. So, you know what, everybody? Thank you for watching. And if you have an opinion, leave a comment for us. Please, man, do that. We read every comment, and constructive criticism is always accepted because we care about producing quality content that you want to watch. So, reading comments helps us do that. You say, oh, you need to do this. Well, if it's within reason, yeah, sure, we will. So, comment box down below. Subscribe buttons and stuff will be up right after this. I'm rambling. Peace out, everybody.
And I want to say this to the television audience. I made my mistakes, but in all of my years of public life, I have never profited from public service. I've earned every cent.